Greetings, everyone. This is Ama Lightworker from amalightworker.com. Today we have another live streaming. We're going to cover mid-November 2018 for each and every sign of the zodiac. Please make sure that you are subscribed. When you subscribe, please make sure that you turn on the notification bell. This way, you will be immediately notified every time that I do live streamings, just like this one right now, and every time that I post your monthly readings or I post other special videos. I will be switching back and forth between two screens, so this way I can also see the chat. So let me find out what's going on. I will be. Okay, hi, Carol, Tonya. How is everybody doing today? So I'm not going to begin right away. I'm going to give a chance to everybody to open your accounts. I know that YouTube sometimes notifies people maybe like 10 or 15 minutes after the live streaming. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. That's a glitch that happens with YouTube. Hi, Cindy. Love White. Thank you, Love White. Carol. Today, as I said, I'm going to be doing another live Akashic reading. If you are new to this channel, welcome to you. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much for your loyalty. And if you celebrate Thanksgiving, if you are located in United States and you celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to you, your friends, your family, and your loved ones. I know that sometimes for some of us, holidays can be a very stressful time. So let's hope that this is going to be a great Thanksgiving. In order for me to do an Akashic reading, I use the pathway prayer process. There's different schools and there's different ways to open the Akashic records. I got trained to use the pathway prayer process. That means that I say a special prayer at the beginning to open the records, and then I say another special prayer at the end to close the records. Throughout this time, I am protected, and you are also protected. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. That means a lot to me. I was simply responding to a comment in the chat. So during this process, I am protected and you are also protected. Any information that could be too harmful to you won't ever be revealed to you. But on the other hand, the Akashic records understand that sometimes you need to know something, and even though it may be harmful to you, you must absolutely know something. Therefore, they are going to put that information from a different perspective, in a different angle, in a different perspective that is not harmful to you. During a private session, when I work with clients, that means that you need to provide your full current legal name in order for me to open your Akashic records. Okay, so right now I'm not doing a private personal session. This is just I'm going to access the records of all the zodiac signs. But if you like to schedule your very own private consultation, please keep in mind that I need to access your reading, your Akashic records, by using your name in these special prayers that I do. So therefore, please provide your full legal current name that you use exactly as your name appears, either in your driver's license or password, along with any nicknames that you very strongly associate with. Nicknames that you may have, but you don't associate with them, are not going to carry any information for you. Um, and also understand that every time that you change your name legally, you change your destiny. Somebody is making a comment about a glare in my face, which I don't understand, because where I'm standing, I can see myself clearly in the camera, and I didn't see anybody else making a comment about it. So I don't know what kind of glare you're talking about. But anyway, so that was generally how an Akashic reading works. Again, if you'd like to contact me for a private reading, please email me at amalightworker@gmail.com, or please visit my website www.amalightworker.com. Of course, all of my contact information is linked down here below in the show more description box. So please make sure to check it out right down here. Also, for those of you who would like to participate in my 12 weeks coaching program, do reach out to me. Email me directly at amalightworker@gmail.com with whatever questions you have about it, because this is a personalized program and I will adjust it and adapt it to your needs, and of course as directed by the Akashic records. I'm currently working on putting together a newsletter. So I will make a special announcement once I put together my newsletter, and I will be offering discounts or special prices for those of you who are going to subscribe to my newsletter. Once I put it together, it's still in the process, but of course I will be making a special announcement about that. So now I am going to begin with this reading. And please keep in mind, because sometimes I am so much into the reading that I may skip a sign. So please remind me about that, or maybe I may be doing one sign before the other. So please pay attention to that, because sometimes, as I said, I am so much into this reading and I don't pay attention to it. Make sure that you listen for your rising sign and also for your moon sign, because there's going to be information for you through your sun sign, through your rising sign, and through your moon sign. Pay attention to all three of them. And also, if you like to find out your moon sign and your rising sign, please do Google free birth chart calculator on Google. You're going to see different options opening up for you. Just choose either one of them. You're going to be asked to enter your name, your gender, place of birth, time of birth, date of birth, and then you are going to be provided with this free information about what is your sun sign, what is your rising sign, and your moon sign, because all of these three signs are important. Okay, so again, I'm going to open with a special prayer. Please remember that a portion of the prayer will be silent, and at the very end, also, I'm going to say another special prayer. And I forgot to tell you, for those of you who would like to know more, okay, there's a link down here below in the show more description box that's going to take you to the Vimeo videos for those of you who are interested for download and purchase. There's a little bit more in depth about the reading for November 2018. If you like to find out more, there's another useful link that's going to take you to the special Vimeo videos for download and purchase that I made about the effects of the eclipses and how these eclipses are still influencing your life, or your 2018 predictions for all the signs. And I am also working on the predictions for 2019. So now allow me to begin. And so we do acknowledge the forces of light, asking for guidance, direction, and courage to know the truth as it is revealed for our highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to us. A Holy Spirit of God, help me to know 12 signs of the zodiac in the light of the Akashic records, to see the 12 signs of the zodiac through the eyes of the lords of the records, and enable me to share the wisdom and compassion that the masters, teachers, and loved ones of the 12 signs of the zodiac have for them. The records are now open. So the first sign is Aries. Aries Sun, Aries Rising, and Aries Moon, mid November 2018. For some of you, this is a celebration time, not necessarily because of the holidays, because it's not a holiday everywhere in the world, but for some of you, you are going to be on the verge of some new success. You may not see this success fully happen right now. You may be on the very first steps of it. Some of you are going to participate in some kind of a program where maybe you applied to receive something through some kind of a special program, and you may be hearing news of the results of it. You may be accepted into special programs. You may be granted a special loan or funding. For some of you, you could be celebrating something important in terms of how a business idea is now developing and taking place. At a more personal level, you Aries are going to feel a little bit different. There's going to be a moment or a couple of days when you're going to feel this shift, okay? Emotionally, you may be feeling a little bit up and down, and only for a couple of days until you shift in this energy where emotionally, internally, you're going to feel more balanced. You're going to be making peace with your choices, and you are going to be looking at the future of your life with a different perspective, a much more positive one. A few people could be making comments about you, how radiant you look, how much you have been changing and transforming. For some of you, it could be about your looks have been changing and transforming. You could be getting a few compliments about that. They are mentioning again a situation around a test that seems to be important. It could be also in regards to being licensed uh, about something, certifications, licenses, permits for construction, some kind of a construction, renovation related permit that they are mentioning for some of you. And for those of you who are mothers, and maybe you have a daughter with whom maybe the situation wasn't so pleasant, either the communication or the relationship between the two of you, or maybe some circumstance in your daughter's life that you weren't too happy about it. There's going to be almost like a confrontation, almost not a real confrontation, but almost like a confrontation, because certain things need to be spoken in the open, clear the air about something, and you're going to feel some shifts, some kind of a dramatic shift in this relationship that you have with this daughter that could lead to a better bond, to something more positive, to something more permanent between the two of you. For some reason, they are indicating areas that for many of you who are parents, this is an important mid month, an important transition to strengthen that bond between parents and children. If you are a child yourself and you have parents, older parents, that will be equally as important. There's going to be important news and communication between parents, children, a mother or a father that you may have, some important news or notification. For some of you, you could be getting very close to a date that is significant for you. This could be in a month, maybe in a couple of weeks, but you are approaching a date that is significant to you as a person. For some of you, this could signify maybe a date that somebody crossed over. For others, this could be an important date, maybe around an engagement, a wedding anniversary, or a birthday, or something else of important, okay, that speaks volume to you. So for some of you, you are getting closer and closer to some kind of an important date. Please do take a closer look at your finances. For some of you, there's going to be important transactions with your finances. Other ones could be landing either a job or a second job, or some opportunity for you to be doing something on the side when you earn money. That may also be in the offerings for you. And in some ways, you are going to be forced to take a closer look at your financial affairs, all of your finances, one by one. It's important, they're telling me, that I need to remind you to save any receipts, any bills, particularly any bills or receipts, in other words, around any major purchases. Some of you need to be very careful if you are in the market shopping for expensive stuff or big purchases. Something significant, important, a solution, some kind of a good news could be happening in regards to a home or a property. So, in regards to a home or a property, it may also be in regards to a land. This could be a land that you own, potentially you may be owning, or someone in the family owns. But important things around a home, a property, or a piece of land, okay? That may be also coming up as significant for some of you. Again, stay tuned to listen for your rising sign and for your moon sign. Like, share, subscribe, email me for a private reading. Taurus. Taurus sun, Taurus rising, and Taurus moon. And again, please don't forget to comment how you relate to these messages. Let me see what I have for you, Taurus. They're sending me a feeling of almost choking, but the way this is being described to me, it's almost choking in your own words. Whatever whatever the circumstance was that maybe you felt that you could not express yourself freely to say whatever you needed to say, now this circumstance will smooth over. Either you are going to gain a new level of confidence, okay, and you are going to speak up, or somebody could be making some kind of a move. Either somebody leaves the home or leaves the place of work, or maybe if it is about a client, maybe this client won't be coming anymore, and is going to provide for you a huge sense of relief. I'm talking about people that in some ways make you uncomfortable. Those kind of situations with people where you don't feel uncomfortable, maybe they take the power away from you. This could be a boss, this could be a neighbor, this could be someone with whom you are in a relationship with. For some reason, I either see them moving away or traveling. Therefore, it feels different. You may feel that you have to take action towards something, towards, it could be a legal action. You may be feeling that maybe you need to take action in terms of your finances. But again, I keep getting that whether that could be the right thing to do, you still need to analyze everything. So you still need to analyze everything and careful not to do too much too soon. Proceed with something, but at the same time, be careful that you are examining each and every step of the way. For some of you, they are indicating to me travel. Okay. And particularly, I keep getting an airplane that gets stuck. Okay, either there's a timing issue and somebody may be having like some confusion here around the traveling schedule arrangements. There's going to be some kind of a delays around. So there's going to be some kind of delays around a travel, particularly if you may be traveling by airplane. You are going to be receiving some news coming to you either from a coworker, from a boss, or from the company that you work for. This could be good news if you allow it to be good news. So take a breather, take a moment to think when you receive this news before you decide how you choose to react about it. A lot of good things are about to happen in your career, Taurus. Okay, you could be having some indicators, some idea about that now in this mid November. But whatever news information, it could also be information that you could be receiving, is going to set the tone on how successful your career is going to be, a work situation also is going to be successful, particularly as you approach closer and closer to 2019 and springtime 2019 seems to be important, and for some reason energetically is connected to this mid-November 2018. So in Eastern time, or where I live in the United States, springtime is March, April, May. Okay, so keep this in mind. The energies are going to link. You could be receiving, either you are up for a promotion or somebody is making plans about how much of a bonus they're going to give you this year. Some of you are going to have some happy reunions. There's going to be news, information, talks about a situation around a child or children, particularly if you are either separated, divorced, or for whatever reason you don't live with the mother of the child anymore, or you don't live with the father of the child anymore. And the way this is coming to me, I don't necessarily see anything bad happening. I just see people making new arrangements about parenting these children that you have together. Somebody may be starting some kind of a new job. This could be a child of yours, maybe they're teenagers now and they are legally allowed to work, or if you were worried about someone around you not having a job, they may be giving to you some good news. So maybe they are the ones finding a job, so there's no reason for you to worry as much. I also keep, they are showing to me, the Akashic records are showing to me, some of you being featured, being mentioned, or working with media, social media, maybe a newspaper article, writing an article, being interviewed. Somebody stops by because maybe they want to know your legal or your professional opinion. You are going to feel important. Okay, somebody's going to make you feel very important and very respected, and I wouldn't be surprised that in some ways you are linked to media, social media, being interviewed, being featured in a newspaper, magazine, online, and I keep getting good reviews. Okay, good reviews about you, the company you work for, something that maybe you posted online. So some kind of a good reviews around you. If you are a Taurus who is expecting some kind of a judgment to so if you are a Taurus who maybe are expecting some kind of judgment, either hearing from a judge through courts, legal system, maybe you're waiting, maybe you entered a competition, a contest, maybe you had to perform in front of a group of judges or panelists. Now you could be hearing back their results, their judgments. If you auditioned for something, you may be hearing back, you may be hearing some news or information in about this audition. Some of you could be feeling a little bit bittersweet, or for some reason you may still be dwelling on a certain feeling of being heartbroken. You may not have been aware of this before. For some of you, it's like you are really going to tap in into your heart, into your emotion. You're going to reach into your soul to connect with that bittersweet feeling, that feeling of being hurt. Okay? Because you are going to release it, you are going to give it to the universe. But before this happens, it's very important that you recognize that whether you were hurting now, days ago, weeks ago, or years ago, there is still some residue. There is still some residue of this feeling deep down in your soul where you felt hurt. Your luck is shifting and is changing, and be aware that this mid-November 2018 is an important month of your emotional transformation, energetic transformation. It is an important month of your soul's growth. And when that happens, it's not necessarily the most comfortable process. There could be a little bit of dwelling a little bit in these feelings that maybe you are not so comfortable dealing. Okay, it's about that inner conversation that you have with yourself, but you have to allow it to take place. Nothing bad will come because you are still dealing, okay, with these feelings that seem to be buried somewhere in a dark, forgotten corner of your soul. Get in touch with it. It's going to feel like, um, how should I put this? When you have like a little something just stuck in your skin and you just uh, go with it for days and days, and finally somebody just takes it out and it feels such a relief. That's how it's going to feel, this process for you. Allow it to take place. It's an important time of your spiritual transformation. Cancer, Cancer Sun, Rising, and Moon. Okay. Mid-November 2018 for Cancer, they're showing me a lot of activities over somebody's house. Either there's going to be a lot of people in and out of your house, or the celebrities or some kind of a gathering. Plans may also be transferred, maybe in a different household, and there's going to be people in and out between two houses to coordinate. There could be two celebrations or two gatherings happening. If you and someone did not necessarily see eye to eye, I notice a comment right now. I did not skip Gemini, I just forgot it. I will return to do that at a later moment. I'm doing Cancer right now, and then I will do Gemini after that. For some of you, you are opening up your house either to new people, you are setting a new home. Okay, something important is happening around a major transaction, either buying or selling of a house, buying and selling of a property, buying or selling of a business. For some of you, you are going to be hearing some important news and important information that allows you, for some reason, to travel internationally. That seems to be highlighted for some of you Cancerians, and you could be getting some ideas around this time about maybe applying for something that could lead to you either traveling overseas, living overseas, doing business overseas. You could be putting in order paperwork, applications, getting the right information, putting stuff together for this to happen eventually. For some of you, you may need to call in professionals to help you to handle important financial transactions, important sales that could be happening during this time, any paperwork that maybe needs to be notarized, needs to be looked over by a real estate agent, a lawyer, an accountant. So you could be hiring professionals to help you with this major transition. For some of you, they are indicating to me some kind of a traveling agency. There's going to be some important dealing with a travel agency. Some of you may be thinking of going into the travel business, into the tourist business, or if you already have a business like that, or maybe you work for a company that deals with tourist travel, there's going to be some important changes that are going to allow you to take this to the next stage up. Pay attention to some kind of a notification. This could be coming to you in the mail, email, or in other forms. Okay, if it sounds fishy to you, if there is anything that you do not understand, please double check, because it could be either mailed to the wrong person. Okay, so maybe it wasn't destined for you, maybe it was meant to be sent out to a different address, it could have the wrong information, or it could be fake news. So as you are going through paperwork, other information or other paperwork may be coming for you, double check everything, because you're going to notice something that is either fishy or it sounds fake. Double check every thing. So I hope that this is making sense to you, Cancer. For some of you, your stomach could be particularly a little bit sensitive. Do pay attention to what you are eating, drinking, how your body is reacting to it, and make sure that you give yourself a chance to rest during this mid-November 2018. Take enough time to rest. Again, they are showing me very strongly that for some of you, your stomach or your digestive tract may be particularly sensitive. Some of you could be hearing news of somebody either passing away or receiving some really bad news about their health. The way this is being shown to me, it doesn't feel that this is a close family member. This could be an acquaintance. This could be um, a family member of a friend of yours, of a coworker. So you're going to be hearing all this sad news happening to someone around you that is not necessarily close to you. So as I said, could be an acquaintance, could be a relative of a friend of yours, a relative of a coworker, because again, you are shown to me in midst of gatherings and celebration and celebrating and having fun and having joy. So somebody told me I skipped Gemini, so now I'm going to be doing Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, and Gemini Moon. Let me see what we have for you. They're showing me studying, books, writing, preparing for a test, an examination, preparing to transform something into something bigger. You may be preparing to transform your career. You may be preparing to transform your family, okay, to make it better, okay? Important, significant changes. How you communicate with family, big transitions when it comes to your family life, big transitions when it comes to your family life. What else? There's going to be important, some kind of important news between you and a sibling or siblings in general. If you were close to them, now you could be getting even closer. And if there was some unclarity, something that needed to heal between you and a sibling, there's going to be a hint, some kind of a minor baby step, okay, that a healing between you and a sibling is taking place. But the key word here, it's a baby step, okay, some kind of a small hint. Do not hesitate to make some changes. Some of you are going to be dealing with hesitation. You are going to be dealing with uncertainties. In your mind, you may be having a few ideas and you don't know with which idea to proceed, which direction to go. And if this is you and this is making sense to you, they are advising that you do not hesitate, because sometimes it's also important to lead from your heart and to see what your heart is telling you, not necessarily always leading with your mind. Allow your heart to also guide the way for you. And they want me to repeat again, don't hesitate, don't hesitate, don't hesitate. Some of you Geminis, during this time, there's going to be an important time of endings and new beginnings. For some of you, you are going to pull the plug, okay? It could be pulling the plug of a relationship, and this is it, a project, a dream, any bad habits that maybe you have that are not serving right to your health, to your body, to your daily routine. And you are going to have this desire for change. You just want to see change. You just want to see something new, new beginnings in your life. They do recommend for you that either you do some kind of meditation, meditative like state, get enough sleep, reflect upon changes as something is ending, to make room for something new to begin. You may be hearing, dealing with the government, a government branch, government officials, receiving some kind of a high honors, either from higher ups, important people maybe in the spiritual worlds. You are about to be either decorated, honored in some way, but dealing either with an important branch of the government in general seems to be highlighted. If you wanted to either start a like a government project, a job related, a government related job, any applications that maybe need to go through a specific government department to apply so you can get approval or something, they are encouraging you to now look into it so you can begin this kind of changes. You may be dealing with the justice system, the courts, the legal system, immigration system. You're going to be dealing with important institutions, and they seem to give me a good vibration, a good energy, good news, good luck around that. I hope that this is making sense to you, Gemini. For some of you, you could be signing up either for online dating. You may be asking people if they know someone available, maybe to set you up on a date or something. So for some of you, there's going to be talks about a possible date, setting you up with someone. There's going to be some kind of an attraction, and sparks will fly. And I'm talking for those of you Geminis who are single, and particularly during this mid-November 2018, you find yourself socializing a lot. Not that something will happen right away, but definitely you're going to feel that physical attraction and that chemistry. Okay, I already did Cancer. The next sign is Leo. Leo Sun, Leo Rising, and Leo Moon. You must not give up on yourself, Leo. Some ideas may be working out, other ideas may not be working out. Sometimes you have to approach life, you have to approach new things by some kind of a trial and error until you figure out what works and what doesn't work. But whatever this is, whatever is happening with you, they are asking you not to give up on yourself. Where there is a will, there is a way. You need to give some of your worries away, because some of you Leos, you are either beating yourself up about something. You seem to, uh, um, you are working on a project. You could be working on a situation. You could be working on a computer program, technological issues, and you seem to beat yourself up because whatever you are trying to do is like you seem to go on circles. Okay? Try to see the simple solution, and if you need to ask for help or hire people, please do that, but stop beating yourself up. If you were somebody who maybe you were expecting some results to come in, these results are going to come in. You may be hearing from a hospital, a clinic, a boss, about an interview, about a job interview from a bank. So if you were waiting to hear the results of something, now you that news, these results are going to come in. If you are involved into performances, shows, screenplays, writing, anything else that is creative, you are going to come up with some brilliant ideas, and this could be tiny little changes that you could be doing to these creative projects that are going to allow your creative process. After you complete one, you may proceed to create a series. So if you are creating a screenplay, you may come up with a series. If you are creating a book, you may come up with a series. If you are creating a painting, you may come up with a series of them. If you deal with finances, Okay, maybe this is your job or something important happens with your finances and you need to address it. You may be dealing with your finances. You are going to listen to your intuition because you are going to have some very important creative ideas how to manage your finances, how to generate more money, how to make profit. This is a pivotal, if this is the right word to say, for some of you Leos. You are about to reach either the very heights of your career, you are about to reach the very heights of family fortune, family life happiness, good things, happiness around a marriage or a relationship that you may have, and you must let go of worries. Whatever was in the past, you need to leave it in the past, and you need to put the energy on new things, new beginning. You need to put energy into looking forward from this moment on. And they want me to remind you again, Leo, stop beating yourself up. It is what it is. Just keep going. And most importantly, never give up on your self. If there was some kind of a misunderstanding, miscommunication, something there will be clarified. Okay, some of you may still be having this misinterpretation, misconcept, miscommunication still is going to happen, and then is going to be clarified. So there's going to be some minor issues around communication for some of you Leos. Some of you could be having some ideas or dreams about completely changing or transforming your career, or even taking your career in a whole new direction. Okay, so you may be having those very first thoughts, ideas, dreams about it. Pay attention to your dreams. Some of you may be getting this, it's like your intuitive channels are all open. Okay, you're going to feel very much in tune with your intuition. Pay attention to signs around you. And I also keep hearing that some of you Leos either are going to be trained in mediumship, you may be hearing from your loved ones who have crossed over. There's something, some kind of a spiritual or metaphysical training that either you're going to read about, you may get a service, you may get a reading, you may want to be trained about. For some of you, you are going to begin some kind of a spiritual or metaphysical initiation. So some kind of an initiation into the spiritual worlds. I hope that this makes sense to you, Leo. So next sign is Virgo. Virgo Sun, Virgo Rising, and Virgo Moon. There's nostalgia. Some of you are going to feel quite nostalgic. You are going to be hearing with people who have some kind of an addiction, and to some degree, all of us human beings, we have some kind of an addiction. Some people are addiction to coffee, and you may not even consider that an addiction. Other people may be addicted to other things that seem to be pretty ordinary. And now someone by accident or by chance may be pointing out to you something that maybe you don't see as an addiction. Could be sugar, could be, I don't know, junk food, could be smoking, and is going to make you think. You are going to be dealing with something being processed. This could be an application that is still being processed. This could be a request that is still being processed. This could be videos that maybe you are trying to post and that may take a long time to be processed. This could be some kind of a legal procedure, and it's still being processed. So you feel like you can go this way, you can go that way, because you may be feeling that a lot of stuff is not up to you. You may be feeling like you're just waiting for things to happen or to come together for you. This is only going to be a temporary stage if this is you and this is how you feel, because very soon things are going to fall into the right place. They are comparing this, they are giving you a comparison. Is like finding different pieces of the puzzle falling in the right place, and now you can see the big picture, the whole puzzle. um you may be dealing a little bit with feelings of frustration. Some of you could be going for a massage, for acupuncture. uh, you may be doing your hair or some changes with your hair or with your physical appearance that is going to be noticeable, because a lot of you Virgos could be getting a lot of compliments about it. You're going to feel in some way at the center of attention, either in your family, in the place of work, among friends, and your loved ones. For many of you Virgos, if either you felt misunderstood or maybe you didn't feel that you're getting the attention that you deserve to have, now there's going to be a hint. Something will happen that you're going to feel now you're getting what you deserve. And for some of you, they're indicating to me that you really were craving some kind of an attention, and now you are getting this attention. Do pay attention to your throat, your neck, particularly if you have a condition or a recurring condition. Um, for many of you, it's not about necessarily finding a cure, but they're talking about you are going to pinpoint, somebody's going to find what is the root cause, what is causing all of this, where it all began. So, the root cause of something that is affecting your health. Some of you are going to be very relieved by some kind of a news and some kind of information. So when you receive this news or this information, you are going to make this sign of relief. May not be the ideal time for some of you Virgos to travel, but some of you Virgos may have to do some traveling. Okay, may not necessarily be a long distance or maybe not that far, and you're going to be able to pull it off. But if you don't necessarily have to travel, you are not obligated to travel, then don't. That's the advice for you, Virgo, from the Akashic records. Some of you could be going to some kind of a game or really enjoying watching some kind of a game. For some of you, I keep getting boxing, football, baseball, important buying tickets, going to see games, or just enjoying watching a good game. But that boxing was the first one that was being shown to me by the Akashic records. If you felt that in some ways you did not have all of your affairs in order, this could have been affairs around your household, cleaning your house, files, paperwork, documents, finances, with whatever this is that you didn't feel that you didn't have it in order. Now, one by one, you're going to start to put order to these affairs. Some of you are also going to be throwing a lot of stuff out. This could be cleaning your closets, cleaning your kitchen, just cleaning, organizing, reorganizing, getting rid of anything that is taking way too much space you no longer need. A lot of you are going to be doing some kind of a deep, thorough analysis and examination of computer programs, files you have in computers, or something important with technology. Some of you have this burden, okay, or you feel the pressure of the burden, burden. And the Akashic records are telling me that you have to understand that you kind of have a tendency to put this burden on yourself. Okay, so do watch out to what is it that you are signing up for. Okay, don't sign up for more than you can handle. Okay, so free yourself from your burden. Don't take on much more than you can do or much more than you can't handle. And for some of you Virgos, this is going to make sense to you because they're saying forgive yourself. You just need to forgive yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. And you're going to know exactly if this message is for you because immediately it's going to make sense to you. Remember that after all, this is a general reading, and you may want to schedule your very own private consultation to get messages pertaining to you and to you only. Next sign I'm going to do is Libra. Libra Sun, Libra Rising, and Libra Moon. For some of you Libras, relationships are going quite well. Some of you feel very loved and feel very happy and lucky in relationships. You could be getting ready to begin a new contract. They're showing me new contracts, the beginning of some kind of a new contract. For some of you, it could be like a work contract or other contracts that you may need to handle because of your work, through work. A new rental contract, maybe it is about a new rental property. New contracts are being indicated for a lot of you Libras. It's important that for many of you Libras to feel safe, to feel that life is pretty steady, okay? That you are in a state of equilibrium, because this is where you Libra not only are the happiest, but you also feel a lot more productive. If change needs to happen, and it is up to you, make sure that you start gradually. Little changes are going to eventually bring these big changes. So free yourself from the idea that you must do some kind of change and it needs to happen rapidly or right away. Little changes are actually going to work better for you in the long run. They're showing me some Libras opening books, studying, so important things happening with courses, classes, education, furthering your education, webinars, workshops, conferences, presentations. Some of you may be asked to either do a talk, do a speech, or a presentation. This could be in a gathering, this could be maybe in the office, in a meeting, but you are going to be asked to address something of importance, because the image that I get for some of your Libras, and you are also going to feel very honored. Okay, you have to speak in front of other people, either making an important announcement, a toast, or a presentation. Rings are going to be exchanged. Some of your Libras, there's something significant happening with rings. Okay, it could be like a promise of love when two lovers exchange rings. For some of you, it could be an actual marriage, wedding, and there's going to be something significant, an important conversation around a ring. But the first thing that the Akashic records showed to me was that exchange of rings that happened, and two hearts promising to each other. Okay, so in a love related sense, that seems to be important for some of you Libras. Remember that for some of you Libras, things are going very well in a love relationship, in a or in your marriage. You are about to enter this new energy. The next 3 months are going to be very important for your energy, because basically your soul is about to sign a new contract on your life. That means that gradually, as you enter the next 3 months, starting from this mid November 2018, your soul is free from old karma, anything that may be affecting you from karma and past lifetimes. And you are now about to sign a new soul contract with your future, with your destiny, with the universe, with God, however you like to see this. So, making a new destiny, new fortune for your self, entering a new soul contract. Scorpio. Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising, and Scorpio Moon. They're showing me technology, computers, cell phones, different apps, downloading new stuff, updating some kind of a system. Could be like a computeric system, an app, like updating anything that has to deal with technology, computers, cell phones, different apps, different programs that you may be using, updating a website that you may have. In the company that you work for, there could be a lot of updates happening there. If not with technology, maybe they are renovating or updating the offices, the outlook. There's going to be updating happening all around you. Some kind of an old energy is going to get a boost, okay, before you fully transition into this new luck, when things happen rapidly and things happen with a lot more ease. Scorpio, some of you still need to get rid of this residue that you are carrying from old karma, old emotions, okay, to fully be free of it. It's a very important time for some of you Scorpios, because basically you are getting ready to have a whole new life, okay? And you have to deal with tying the knots or the last finishes with the olds, okay? To make room for the new. If there was a relationship, this could be a friendship, a love romantic relationship. For some of you, this could be a marriage, could be a business partnership, could be a business association. And you felt a little bit that the situation in this relationship was pending, wasn't stable. You didn't see a future. More and more, this is going to be clear to you. What is it that you need to close your door on? What relationship, what people, what project, what ideas you need to close the door on? Okay, so then now you can move forward with new things in your life. A lot of you are going to deal with the transition and the transformation of your body inside out, your health and your appearance. Do pay attention to how you feed your body. What are you putting in your body? You may feel that maybe you are a little bit more sensitive than other times, particularly to food, diet, anything that you may be drinking. and there's going to be some kind of a clash into, maybe you're going to be overbooking, maybe you forget that you are scheduling chores or events that happen at the same time. So be careful around this. Do pay attention to when you schedule, how you schedule, who you have to see, because there could be some clashes here, some mistakes that could happen. Some of you Scorpios are going to communicate either with a lawyer or an immigration office, and it feels not necessarily something that you need to be approved, but either there's an exchange of information, there's some kind of an important communication either with a lawyer or specifically with immigration lawyer. Some of you could be granted a visa to travel internationally at this time. Somebody is going to surprise you. For some of you, somebody either is going to do something that is going to take you by surprise to surprise you, or they are just going to show up, okay, to surprise you. They either are coming over your house, or they may be showing up at a place of employment to surprise you in some ways. You have been carrying the burden of having to do everything on your own, the burden of feeling like you can't really rely 100% on a specific person or on people in general. Now it's time for you, Scorpio, to understand that you cannot put so much pressure on yourself, having to do everything on your own or having to do everything yourself. You have to free yourself a little bit from your duties, responsibilities, whether these are duties and responsibilities that you have around your house, with your family, with work, or with a business that you may have. The key word now is less is more, because when you seem to be focused on 10 projects, 10 things at one time, nothing ever goes as predicted. So either focus on one thing at the time or two or three things, rather than having to do so much. Work is coming as significant for some of you Scorpios. Either you're going to land, if you work with clients, maybe a new important client. If you work with sales, an important sale. You may be landing an opportunity for you to create a second income, to increase your earnings, a job, or a second job. So some kind of a work offers could be showing up for you during this time, Scorpio. Some of you may still be looking for a job, and maybe the job offers are going to be coming a little bit later, but in the next 2 weeks, you may be 2 or 3 weeks or so, you may be focusing on some kind of a job search. Okay. Pay attention also to December. Even though this is mid-November 2018, they're telling me that for you Scorpio, some of you are really going to feel like the energies are shifting and your life is going in a better direction in December. But do the work now. Do what you have to do now. Put things in order, applications, search, whatever you need to do now for this to happen in December. So anything that you can do now in November, address it now, do it now, because the rewards are coming later in December. So who's after Scorpio? What sign do we have after Scorpio? Capricorn. Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Rising, and Capricorn Moon. Sometimes you think of the future or things that you have to do in the distant future, and you start worrying about it now. The important thing is that right now you focus on the immediate future. Some of you Capricorns are going to be nominated to receive either high honors, high regards, nominated from your work. You're going to be nominated for something of importance that to you represents how you are being, in other words, honored for the work that you have done. So, some kind of a nomination around you, either and this could be maybe the town that you live in is going to honor you in some way. Maybe the work that you do is going to, the company that you work for is going to honor you in some way. Some of you may be having money in your mind and you may be worried either about a particular financial transaction, a particular bank account, a particular bill. So it feels like you are not just worried about finances in general, but it is something very specific like a bill, a transaction, a bank account, and or a check that maybe needs to clear and it's not clearing or it bounces back. It's going to take a little time. You need to be a little bit more patient because you can resolve and handle this situation if you allow yourself to be calm. You may be having some problems with passwords, okay? Either you may be required to enter a new password, problems with any accounts that you may have. They require a password like a Facebook account, a YouTube account, an email account. Some of you may be having a little bit of problems with maybe you lock yourself out or something, because I keep getting like a door being locked and trying to open that door. So problems with the key or with a lock. Be careful around that. Some of you could be dealing with some kind of an inspection. Either you're taking your car for an inspection, uh, the inspector may be coming in to inspect the place where you work, the place of employment. They could be maybe somebody shows up to inspect finances or to inspect the environment, or if you work in a restaurant, the health inspector. So some kind of a surprise inspection when people come in to check something. And this could be people that the company is sending or that the government is sending. As I said, the regular checkups that happen. For example, I'm going to give an example like once a year the government sends like a health inspector to inspect a restaurant, for example. Some of you may be having some problems with teeth or tooth, and you may need to address that, whether it is cleaning, filling, or other dental work that you may be needing. You may be having a little bit of a tendency towards headache. So, particularly if you live in a cold weather, make sure that you bundle up when you go out. Some of you may be having some kind of a surprise proposals your way. This could be surprise proposals about a business idea, a business partnership, surprise love proposals, or even marriage proposals for some of you. But again, if this happens to you, this is not something that you see coming, you thought about it. It's just going to be a big surprise for you when this happens. Okay, what else for Capricorn? Even for you, they do recommend that you keep receipts of everything that you buy, because either you're going to change your mind later, or you may need to exchange something later or return it. So even if these could be small purchases, even if it is the receipt of your grocery shopping, save that one too. So be careful around purchases and save every receipt. A mother, an important communication with a mother, or a mother figure to you. For some of you, this is your mother in this life, and there's going to be something of importance there, an important communication, news, an important discussion, an important talk. And for other ones, it is about your mother in the spiritual world, communicating, connecting with her. You may be dreaming about her. So this could be a mother or a mother figure to you. They would like you to know that if you do have a mother or a mother figure that has crossed over, it's important that you recognize her presence, the presence of her soul around you, and how this motherly figure has been watching over you. And there is a situation that maybe your mother did not fully understand about you, or maybe she did not accept it about, and now she's ready to say that she understands now. Now she understands, and you have her full support, okay? Particularly about a decision in your love life, about a marriage, or about your sexual orientation. And I hope that this is making sense to you, because it did feel, that message felt very particular, maybe for one person out there. Do comment on that. Let me know how that makes sense to you. And always remember, this is a general reading. You may need to have your very own private consultation if you need answers to your very own questions. Sagittarius, Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Rising, and Sagittarius Moon. Some of you may be having some problems with shortness of breath, and for some reason you may find yourself to be very busy, either very busy with work, very busy with life, social engagements, activities, events, or just being busy in general. There's going to be, you may be attending some kind of special performance. This could be attending the opera, attending a special concert of some kind. You may be invited to some kind of a VIP event. This may also be a VIP sales event when the major department stores or expensive stores, they only extend a certain VIP invitation to some clients to go shopping in secretly. That is being indicated for some of you. VIP events, VIP circumstances, okay, are going to be more and more accessible to you. Some of you, I keep getting, you may be shopping for a bag, or in some ways, you may end up having a new bag, because this is what they're showing to me. They're showing to me like bags, bags, bags. Somebody may be gifting you a bag, or you yourself may be shopping for a new bag. Something will be postponed or delayed in terms of a promotion, or maybe that raise. Maybe you already got the promotion, but it needs a little time for the raise to actually kick in your paycheck. Okay, and there's going to be a little bit of delays around that, but do not worry, do not be upset, because it's going to happen. Some of you have to deal with some important paperwork, things that you need to fill out, applications, forms that you may need to fill out. And it feels like a procedure. It doesn't feel anything complicated. It just feels like you have to go through this. It feels like a random a procedure, but nevertheless, you have to deal with filling out important forms, your information. There's some kind of important paperwork and contracts being presented for you. Pay attention not to lose something. You may have a tendency to either forget or lose stuff. Some of you may be having a problem with a car breaking down. You may be hearing of other people. Maybe they are the ones who have problems with a car breaking down. And for some reason, I also keep getting that some of you are either going to finally get a driver's license, or you may be renewing your driver's license. nothing there. It feels like nothing really is happening out of the ordinary, because the big change and the big shifts is within you. It is about how you feel, how emotionally you react to everything, and in the midst of pressure of um, emergencies, you seem to have it all together and you seem to know exactly what to do. Some of you Sagittarians are going to be accepted into a medical program, into some kind of a health profession. Either you're beginning a job, you're beginning a career, you're opening a business, or being approved to something that has to deal with the health professions or the health careers. Okay, so I hope that this is making sense to you. You can always comment down below or in the chat and understand. Sometimes these messages will make better sense to you toward the end of the month. Okay, this is a general reading after all. You may need to have your very own private personal consultation. Aquarius, Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Rising, and Aquarius Moon. Times are changing for you. Your daily routine is changing. Your daily life will be changing. A lot of you Aquarians have been going through some kind of a dark times of your soul. Okay, not necessarily that something bad has happened to you, but emotionally you have been shifting, transforming, transitioning. Okay, very often you have experienced uncertainty. Okay, and very often you seem to feel isolated, or you may have chosen to isolate yourself to some degree. You're going to be a little bit longer in this kind of energy, okay, before you completely see the benefit of this transition, why you had to go through what you described to be going through some kind of a dark times of your soul. Okay, it's like going through a dark tunnel and now you can see the first signs of light. Some of you could be applying for jobs. Either you have already applied for jobs or you may be now in these couple of weeks applying for jobs, and this time around either job offers or finding jobs is just going to happen a little bit more easily. And they are asking you, if you are an Aquarius looking to get a new job, do not limit yourself but only looking for a particular kind of job, or for so expand your job search a little bit, either with different companies, explore other fields, or even apply for, don't just, if you're an accountant, don't just look into accounting jobs, look for other related jobs. This is just an example that they are giving you. So expand your job search a little bit. You are going to be hearing from people with whom maybe you haven't chatted in a long time, maybe you didn't have a chance to meet or to hang out. So your social calendar is going to fill pretty quickly. You are going to find yourself busy with social events, going out, gatherings, not only now in November, but for some of you, this is going to continue well into December and January. And for a lot of you, in January, that's going to be your birthday time. Excuse me. So for some of you, your social calendar could be filling up pretty quickly. Some kind of transformation will be happening with your finances. Okay, they are not necessarily indicating to me in what direction, okay, how this transformation will happen, but they are showing to me that a lot of you Aquarians are really going to be happy because of this transformation that will happen with your finances. Some of you need to open up your heart to feel happy and to be happy for yourself, to feel more joy. When you feel joy, love, and laughter from your heart, and when you truly laugh with your heart, when you smile with your heart, that's when you tune in with your heart center, with your heart energy, to attract anything that you desire to attract. So feel more happy in order for you to attract more financial abundance or just prosperity in general. You could be dealing with a ticket. This could be a parking ticket, this could be a speeding ticket. So some of you may be dealing with traffic court or something important around traffic. The spotlight will be on you. Family members may be putting you, so to speak, on the spotlight. Friends, family, if you have an audience, maybe you do something on social media and you have an audience, you have followers, again the spotlight will be on you. Some of you Aquarians, during this time, you may be running special offers, promotions. You may be doing so on behalf of a business that you may have, or maybe on behalf of the company that you work for. Some of you could be thinking of, I don't know, you may not necessarily sign up for it right now, but you may be thinking of expanding your knowledge in some ways. You may be thinking of additional training, additional courses, workshops, webinars. So expanding your knowledge will very much be in your mind, and adding more qualifications, titles, job qualifications that you may have. Some of you Aquarians are going to be making some kind of a huge comeback to something that you did before. You may be returning to an old profession, you may be returning to an old job of employment. So there's some kind of a return to something that you did before and feels familiar to you, that is going to be significant, and you are going to be receiving high praise, accolades about something. This could be in your group of friends. You may be receiving high praise and accolades from them. This could be about your physical appearance. This could be about some kind of work that you have been doing, or those of you who have been going through those transitions, and you may still be in the last stages of that transition. Maybe for the next 2 or 3 weeks, you may be getting compliments about that. You are now coming into light, Aquarius. Things are about to get easier, but because this is a general reading, of course, for some of you, it may be happening this week, next week, in a couple of weeks. The important thing is that you are coming out of this dark energy, and you are now about to have more than one just beginning, a new beginning with your life. A lot of you are going to be propelled to feel more spiritual, to do more spiritual things, to open a spiritual or metaphysical based business, to get spiritual services. Some of you are going to be drawn to taking care of your body, your health. You may be seeing a doctor, you may be seeing a health specialist, you may be seeing a dentist, you may be seeing a dietitian, you may be seeing a coach, like what are they called? Maybe hire like a personal trainer. So for some of you, there's going to be a lot of emphasis on how your body feels. Are you healthy? How you feel? There's going to be something significant for those of you who maybe either had a physical heart condition, something around a heart condition. There's going to be some important answers, an important diagnosis, important medication, something important for those of you who had some kind of a health condition. For some of you, and they are telling me that for a lot of you Aquarians, maybe last year this time or for a long time you had some problems with your throat chakra. Now the energies are moving and shifting, okay, because a lot of you have dealt, and this happened naturally, it's not like you have to do something about it, dealt with this throat chakra, and now the healing is moving up to healing your third eye. So your intuition right here, and the crown chakra. Okay, it's going to be easier for you to feel more in tune with your intuition, to feel connected to the universe, the divine, God, source, however you like to define it. Okay, your mind and your heart at some point need to align. They need to be balanced, and there's going to be a lot of activity, healing emotionally, spiritually, energetically happening to a lot of you. Okay, because that alignment between your heart and your mind, okay, your crown chakra and your heart chakra needs to happen at some point before December 2019. So I hope that this is making sense to you, Aquarius. I'm now going to move to Pisces. Pisces sun, Pisces rising, and Pisces moon. You need to leave something alone, either a situation, a person, or you just need to leave the past alone. Leave the past in the past and move forward. Some of you need to move forward with making new acquaintances, making new friends, new love relationships, but stop looking back and stop feeling the need for somebody to approve of you. Clearly, this message is not going to make sense to everybody, okay, because this is a general reading, but you may be dealing with issues of how you may be rejecting yourself, how other people may be rejecting you. And after all, it's not the end of the world. Okay, you need to surround yourself with people who are more open toward you, more accepting of you. And furthermore, you need to do a little bit more of your inner work to look deep inside of you and to see if any of issues around rejection or any issues of how you are not 100% accepting yourself for who you are is holding you back. And a lot of these issues don't necessarily happen in your conscience. A lot of these issues for your Pisces are subconsciously happening. Therefore, you may not even be aware of that. Therefore, do take a moment, take a deep breath in, meditate, look within you. What are some of your inner issues, okay, that are holding you back? A lot of you will be doing very good with your career. If you have a business, you are going to be doing very good with a business. You are going to attract new clients. You are going to attract new people in your life. But if you are still dealing with old fears, even if it is a little residue of that feeling of fear about something, okay, you may not fully benefit by these new opportunities, by these new people. And always remember that there is a small portion of you that is not fully accepting of your own self. Okay, and until you fully understand, comprehend, accept yourself, you are always going to attract situations that people make you feel uncomfortable, loss of power, power issues, rejection, misunderstandings, gossip. Okay, because it's like the universe, life will always present to you situations for you to notice so you can do your inner work. And that's why, because what's happening with you, within you, whether you are aware of it or not, is a reflection of the situation and the type of people that you are attracting. Some of you I keep getting either in the jewelry business, selling jewelry, creating jewelry, online sales. So you may be doing very well in online sales, jewelry, beauty products. Uh, some of you may be doing like an empowerment speech when you get up to empower other people, to motivate them. These kind of things are going to go very well. You are going to feel on a spotlight. Either you are putting yourself in the spotlight or other people are putting you on the spotlight. Whichever way this goes, again, if you are still dwelling on some of these feelings, subconsciously or consciously, you may not fully benefit from it. Some of you are going to have excellent job offers or excellent opportunities for you to advance with your work, to advance with your career, or to advance with a business that you may have. They are telling me that some of you Pisces, you are going to learn tarot. You may be signing up courses to learn tarot. You may be buying a book and learning tarot. You may be learning with videos, but learning tarot, how to do a tarot reading, tarot cards, or even oracle cards. So this has been shown for some of you Pisceans, and some of you really need to look within, okay, and check in with your ego. Always remember, ego is not good or bad per se, but ego has two extremes, okay? Too much ego, very little ego, okay? Which can lead to too much self-esteem or too little self-esteem. And some of you, clearly this message is not for all of you Pisceans, and it's not intended to be a criticism. It's supposed to be merely an observation. Remember that during an Akashic reading, the purpose is to honor and dignify the person being read. Everything is coming from a place of love and compassion. But always remember that we all need ego, but we need to have that healthy balance, that healthy medium of ego. And some of you are dwelling on this, either too much ego or too little ego. So something will happen here, okay? Internally, something will change to give you a better check of the reality around you, your reality, your truth, your daily reality that you live in. You have a lot of potential, Pisces. Don't hold yourself back. You have a lot of potential. Do your inner work, and you are going to fully embrace your great potential beyond your imagination. Remember, you have great potential. I hope that this is making sense to you. I'm now going to close. I would like to thank the masters, teachers, and loved ones for their love and compassion. I would like to thank the Lords of the Akashic Records for their point of view, and I would like to thank the Holy Spirit of Light for all knowledge and healing. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. So that's all I had for you today. Remember, clicking the link down here below. That's going to take you to the Vimeo videos for download and purchase for those of you who are interested. That's more about your November reading if you are interested. Also notice the other useful links that you're going to find down here below. If you'd like to participate in my 12 weeks coaching program, do email me directly at amalightworker@gmail.com. This is a personalized program, okay, based in your needs and also as dictated by the Akashic Records. You are going to have access not only to each and every service that I provide in my website, I also provide other services that I don't necessarily mention in my website. So do contact me directly at amalightworker@gmail.com, or if you'd like to schedule a private consultation, visit my website www.amalightworker.com. Email me at amalightworker@gmail.com. Again, my contact information is listed down here below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. When you subscribe, you allow me, it's like you give me permission to take messages for you as well. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to you again. And I will connect with you again next time. It was a pleasure connecting with you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.